Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11, and this is Kathy speaking. Thank you for joining us here today, the 10th of June of 2025. It is back to work for us here in Greece, as we had a religious holiday yesterday. We had a long weekend. I'm wondering how your weekend was. We had a moon transiting through Scorpio, and we're coming up to the full moon in Sagittarius tomorrow. So we're in the full moon energies already. Those of you on Patreon, the full moon analysis is practically up. Thank you for your love and your support. It was quite the weekend, I can say. Very quiet, very deep, emotionally going deep weekend. And I feel that we're coming up to some drastic changes, turnouts, aha moments. The astrology speaks to that, so just be safe, be careful, don't race forward. We've got some positive energies, but we're seeing in the world, we're seeing over the news, it's there's a lot of calamity. So do take care. We've been talking about mid-June. It's not an easy time. Okay, all the way until the end of June, I would say, more than likely. We've got some good things going on as well. Jupiter has now entered Cancer. Fantastic. So if you're a cardinal sign with planets at the beginning of the signs, the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra, you do have some blessings, but you also have the square of Jupiter now in Cancer, squaring off to Neptune and Saturn in the sign of Aries. So the blessings, they're on their way. Don't jump the gun. Be patient. Venus is now in Taurus. Let's get grounded. Let's not be too over-optimistic. And let's try and see through the confusion, as Mercury now is squaring over to Neptune as well, which could be very confusing. Let's see what's going on. What is the Karma Dharma relative to matters of heart? This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Let's see, dear Spirit, thank you for your guidance. We've got Pisces and observe. There's some sort of release. Something may be coming through, some truths. Jupiter through Cancer is in good aspect to Pisces. Remember this full moon, which is happening in Sagittarius tomorrow. It will be affecting the immutable signs born after the mainly the third decan, but a little bit of the end of the second decan of the mutable signs. So Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces. And this full moon is squaring the nodal axis through Pisces and Virgo. So this is a full moon. We need to see whether we're going to stay with the past or move towards the future. We will be enlightened, and we'll be taking the moonology oracle. Since this is a full moon, it can feel quite stressful. Let's see what Spirit has for us, as we'll be doing the love reading tomorrow as well. Those of you on Patreon with the love readings, I've still got 4 to do, and I'll be doing most of them today. So we're almost there, almost complete. Let's see what's going on. What does Spirit want us to know? Now, the love messages were not done on the weekend. We've got a King of Wands here. Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. The love messages will be sent to you more than likely today, so look out for them later on during the day. Let's see what this King of Wands, this powerful leader, this entrepreneur, this sexually orientated, aspiring king, what's he all about? We could be embodying this energy as well. The challenge is the star. The star could be someone at a distance, or anything to do with social media communication, or someone having lost hope, as having the opportunity to manifest, to create what they've always wanted to create. Something that was a wish that was out of sight, out of touch, too far away if you're dealing with a foreigner. This could be also someone's downfall where their reputation is concerned. Two of Wands, choices in the past, a portal that had opened, a recent past, the Hanging Man, observe. Someone seeing things from a different perspective, maybe taking your perspective, maybe wanting or needing to see through your eyes. What's crowning? Ten of Pentacles, so matters pertaining to family or money, support from family. This could be a family business. Ten of Pentacles is the generational card as well. It could be support, or this is someone following in someone's footsteps. Remember, Jupiter has now entered Cancer, which does speak to the family, the past, someone's heritage, their childhood. Ten of Pentacles turns into an Ace of Pentacles. This could be what's on the mind of this King. King of Wands could be any sign, any fire sign. Could also be a Scorpio for me. We've got Aquarius. So we've got a little bit of fixed energy, which is in challenge. The fixed signs are pressured to make the changes, of course. From Uranus. Uranus, my dear friends, from the end of Taurus is squaring off to Mars in Leo. So it's the fixed signs as well that are under pressure, especially if you've got planets or angles at those last degrees of the fixed signs, to make changes, to get unstuck. This is like a release, leaving it up to and releasing it to spirit. Jupiter is the great benefactor. He's entered Cancer, but he's squaring off to Saturn and Neptune at the beginning of Aries. So it's not an easy time for the cardinal signs that are born in the first few days. So early born cardinal signs are having it hard. Fixed signs born at the end, some at the beginning because of Pluto in Aquarius, at the firstborn fixed signs could also be under pressure for change, but also mainly if you're a fixed sign, so Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio and Taurus, and you've got any planets, personal planets, or any your ascendant, your midheaven, at those last degrees, get your foot off the pedal. It's not a time to speed it. It's not a time to rush. Okay? Because things are going to change very suddenly, very abruptly. Not only personally, but also collectively. We're seeing a lot of changes in the world. In the near future, yep, there's the Tower, there's Uranus. There is the aha moment. There is the release of pent-up energy. This is an awakening. This is sudden shift. Something is coming down that hasn't been built well. And this is the Pictorial Key Tarot, if you're interested. I've had this deck for quite a while. Haven't used it for a while. Let's look at the position of you. Six of Pentacles. Hoping, wishing for reciprocity, for a return on your good deeds. Possibly. Hoping that spirit will be kinder with you. That spirit has eluded you. Spirit has left you out in the cold. Hoping that a relationship will reciprocate. Hoping that you will be connecting to people that are on the same level as you. Friendships, whatever that is. But this could be a return on what you've done. This is like a karma dharma card, and we see the scales here. So you're hoping for equality where other people in relationships, could be also business partnerships, are concerned. in the position of your environment. We've got the Seven of Wands. If you're dealing or thinking or here for a particular person, we see a King of Wands here and we see Seven of Wands. They will be given the opportunity to have the higher ground. They're up against situations, people here, but they've got the higher ground. They will be called to action. To me, the Six of Wands is like someone having put up a wall. Whether it's your person having blocked you or you've blocked them, or there's some sort of limitation or block between the two of you. Maybe there's a little bit of ego here. If we are talking about a Leo, well, any fixed sign, I would say. All the fixed signs can be a little bit egotistical, mainly, let's say Leo. What's on their mind, or what are your hopes and fears? The High Priestess. The High Priestess is information that's hidden. She holds the scrolls. She holds the wisdom. Right? But the High Priestess could also be a third party, the other woman. Possibly you're hoping that your person may understand the importance of this spiritual connection, or you're hoping that your intuition is not leading you astray. And if you are the third party, your person is thinking of you. You've gone very quiet. They know you've got the knowledge. They know that you're very spiritual. They know that more than likely spiritually they're connecting with you. They may be seeing signs and synchronicities. Remember, this is Pisces energy, and Pisces can speak to, it's Pisces, Virgo. It's the north and the south node in Pisces, Virgo. Remember, this full moon is squaring off to the nodes. So it could be that your person is at a juncture, at a position where they need to make a choice whether they're going to fight against or fight with you for a particular partnership, relationship. Whether they will fight against the odds for this relationship, because we see that it hasn't been easy, obviously. Someone's needed to come to an enlightenment, and they could be coming to that in the near future. What is the possible outcome? We've got the Emperor, so the King of Wands turns into the Emperor, and the Emperor, of course, could be Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, could be any sign for me. I do get Aquarius and Leo very strongly here. He's showing up as Father Christmas in this deck. So he's got hot, cold. So 1 minute your person can and the next they can't. Now, we know the Emperor is the major arcana of all the kings. But the Emperor is also very driven, very much in a position of power. The Emperor can provide you with security, with protection. The Emperor is someone that says, yes, I am in control, not I'm going to control you. Because, my dear friends, if this is a third party here, if this is someone who's been controlling, or someone that hasn't been able to control a situation, if this is, because we see a maturing energy here, unless this is someone that is blocking the ability for security, or someone that's needing to let go of control and let the energies flow, because this could be a blockage for some of you. This could be a blocking energy. Now remember, Jupiter has entered Cancer, and Cancer does speak to the family. I do see an elderly man here and an elderly man here. Someone that's more mature, if not elderly, let's say. This could speak to someone that follows traditions, that's up against people who want to keep them, keep your person on track. This could be, for me, this is Uranus at the 29th and noretic degree of Taurus, and squaring off to Mars. Mars is squaring to Uranus in Taurus. Mars from Leo, and Leo is the heart. Leo is confidence. It's leadership. Someone that can go to war. Someone that can fight for the leadership position. Someone that will take a risk. Someone that will take leadership. That would be the emperor. But that leadership or that confidence or that risk, that gamble to create, to be inspired, to be driven, to follow one's fire, their passion, what they want to create, that will come through hardship. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is stuck energies, having invested in something for quite some time. Someone's, looking to see whether it's worth the investment anymore. Money could be playing a major role here. We've got the 7, the 6, and we've got the 10. Jupiter and Cancer. Cancer is someone's tradition, someone's home, their upbringing, the path that they've forged in their life. This speaks to change. It does speak to change. This could also be someone wanting to a change of direction in business as well. These are sudden, unexpected changes where the desire, the action, the energy is Mars in Leo is I'm following my heart. I need to reach those stars which are at a physical distance, at a timely distance. I'm starting to lose hope. Because as you could see, what's crowning is like the heaviness of traditions, the heaviness of financial security relative to what this king wants to explore, to create. So let's see what the energy oracle has. What is the advice, please, Spirit? This is someone wanting to go against the grain. That's what Uranus in Taurus is. It's groundbreaking. It's literally freeing. And the freedom comes through challenge, through very powerful, shocking, revealing events and circumstances. Let's see what the energy oracle advises. And with a full moon in the mutable sign of Sagittarius, obviously the sun is transiting through Gemini, and therefore this full moon is squaring over to the nodes. So the past and the future is in turmoil. What do I do? We could be saying that the past meets the future, because look back 12 years ago when Jupiter was in Cancer again. Go back then and see what you did, what happened then. The Magician and the Mirror. This is powerful. We are given the power. We've got the magic within our own hands. The magic could be anything to do with creativity, with intelligence. I do get strong Mercury with the Magician. Gemini, Virgo come through. Again, the mutable signs, which are pressured under this full moon. But we've all got the immutable signs in our charts, so it's all about change. Let's see what the full moon advises. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So remember, it's like needing to leave the past. That's what the collective future consciousness is talking about right now with this full moon. Needing to collect the wisdom, see the bigger picture, be optimistic. This is a full moon in Sagittarius. Early December last year was when we had the new moon in Sagittarius. Now's the culmination. And Spirit is saying, get out of your comfort zone. Follow that North Node. North Node is in Pisces, another sign ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter now is in positive aspect to Pisces. Even though with this full moon, it's the mutable signs and the eclipses are still hitting the mutable signs, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. It's a time of getting out of our comfort zone, reaching for the stars. Meditate and contemplate. A good time to meditate on this full moon happening tomorrow as we're coming up to it. We've got a new moon in Pisces here, it says. So this could be promising early 2026 for some of you. Because remember, the nodes will be on the axis Virgo, Pisces till next year. And we've got believe in the impossible, blue moon. So something is promised that will be a blue moon. Something that doesn't happen very often can happen, and this could speak to miracles. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Now, new moon in Leo could be the first sign that a dream could be manifesting for you. But you need to be patient until the new moon in Pisces. We've got 2 new moons and a blue moon. So this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Remember, Mars from Leo now is in good aspect to Chiron in Aries. Venus just recently connected with Chiron. So we're finding a resolution. The lovers, the yin and the yang, Venus, Mars, they're finding a resolution, an opening to this wound. We're being guided by Spirit. What is it that we need to release? What have we been stuck with? There's Jupiter, there's the wheel of fate, saying that it's all happening in divine timing. What you've invested in, maybe Jupiter is the accelerator now, as Jupiter now is in a strong position in the sign of Cancer and for the rest of for a whole year moving forward. So even though there's friction, Saturn from Aries, the new cycle, the new adventure, Jupiter is wanting to expand. He's trumping over Saturn, the Lord of Karma and Limitations. Something needs to end, though, that we've been invested in. It's time to release. Something is coming to an end for a new beginning to start. And I feel that that's very freeing with the Tower here. See, there is the negative thinking, the Eight of Swords. If we've been thinking negatively, that's what we're attracting, that's what we're manifesting. We need to be optimistic now, but don't go overboard. Don't think that that anything is possible. We need to be grounded, but be optimistic with Jupiter now having entered into Cancer. Oh my God, Pisces. Let's see what's going on. We've got the child. This could be an actual child or it's a brand new beginning. Remember that Leo is the child. It's the inner child. It's our children. It's our creations, what we've been inspired, what we've created, entrepreneurship, our own business. Leo, Mars in Leo. Leo is also, it could speak to flattery, could speak to romance, dating. Okay, we've got the confusion here, which I don't think will last long because, as I said, we've got Mercury now in Cancer, so there is a little bit of confusion because Mercury is squaring off to Neptune. Confusion, illusion. I think that we need to put things straight where communication is concerned. We've got the birds. These could be messengers as well. We've got the maze. There's this feeling of feeling lost, a sense of feeling lost. Even though something is beginning, it's as though as something is beginning, we don't know how to get out of a situation, like we've lost ourselves on the way moving forward. Let's see. And we've got the anchor there. Remember what I said about not being too over optimistic. get grounded, be anchored. This does promise a new beginning. But through being grounded, something is becoming stable as we're figuring things out. Choices need to be made, and confidence. We need to have the confidence and not let fear override the confidence. We may be revisiting an old cycle where things will be different now as the big planets have changed signs. They're changing signs. This could speak to a contract, a commitment. It could be connected to the past. I do see the bridges as the Two of Wands, so it is pointing to the deep past for many of us. There's Kronos, there's Saturn saying all in good time, all in good timing. Remember, Jupiter in Cancer is stronger than Saturn in Aries. So even though Saturn wants to limit, to restrict this new journey, this new beginning, and Aries is ruled by Mars, so fire to fire is in good aspect. We've got the opportunities, but we need to make those bold moves. We need to see the bigger picture as well. And hopefully we will have the support of family, friends, and our tribe on this new journey. Let's see what's going on in the emotional department, and we'll take a couple more cards. We'll see what this Tower is. Remember that a full moon can be stressful, but it's also something that's culminating, that will be shown to us. This full moon is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is now in a very strong position, even though he's dealing with the limitations and the restrictions of Saturn, but Saturn is not strong. He's not strong, but we're seeing a lot of things going on in the world as we've got a new season coming up. Remember, Jupiter is at the 0 degrees of Cancer, and Saturn is at the 1st degree, Neptune at the 2nd degree, roughly at the beginning degrees of Aries. So a lot to do with the world, the bigger picture, the collective. And remember, coming up to this full moon, we've gone through a dark moon in Scorpio. It hasn't been easy emotionally. A lot of secrets, a lot of, connecting with the psyche, doing the work, doing the inner work, working with our subconscious, even though we may not know it. We may be going through a purging. We've been going through a purging process. Full moon in Sagittarius is very optimistic, but we'll see what this full moon brings. We've got someone that's unawakened, possibly a divine masculine going through an awakening. There's a new direction as they're probably following the sun, which is their heart. And we've got spring in the air, or a blooming. It's a time to smell the roses. It's a time for flirtation. It's a time for the sprout, right? We're just almost in connecting with the summer solstice, stepping into the summer solstice. So it is still the end of spring in reality. So I love that we've got spring. If you're in the southern hemisphere, spring will be when a new direction is taken. Let's see what else. Yep, looks like a divine masculine has been through a dark night of the soul and heavy lessons. And the inner child. Yes, there could be a child that is involved here. This could be someone who their child has gone through a dark moment. So parent-child relationship here. Parent-child, right? Remember that Cancer is the mother, which provides nurturing to her children, but also doesn't matter how old the parents are, as long as they're there for their children, for their offspring. This can speak to support from parents, even if you're a mature child, unless this is talking about the inner child. So I feel like there's energy relative to purging as we're coming into this full moon in Sagittarius after that dark moon in Scorpio. And there is the divine masculine that is going through their awakening. The divine masculine is going through serious transformation, right? Becoming much more aware, feeling into the energy. And we've got the Tower here. So let's see. Let's see what is this King of Wands about? Ooh, okay. All right, so there's a moment of judgment. There's a moment of crisis that this King of Wands is going through, and Aries comes through very, very potently. And we've also got the energy of Uranus, sudden freeing changes or enlightenment that this king is going through, this divine masculine. And this masculine could also be because we've all got the yang energy within us. What is the challenge here? This is second chances at a new journey. It could be a physical or a metaphorical. Why do we have the Star? The Star is in the challenge position because someone is still focusing on the past 3 cups that are spilt. What they don't see is the 2 cups that are standing behind. So a lack in communication, understanding, or someone having lost hope. Why do we have the Two of Wands at the foundation, which speaks to foreign places, foreigners, and a portal that opened up in the past, relative also to choices. Yeah, and there's Temperance saying that someone needed their time, or that there's a physical distance which makes things very hard. There's an alchemy going on relative to choices made in the past. Remember that we've got lead being turned into gold. This is the foundation here. But we've needed to wait. I mean, we've got the Hanging Man in the recent past. Let's see what the Hanging Man speaks to. We've got the Five of Wands, so conflict, internal, external, or with others. And then we've got the enthusiasm of the Page of Wands, the naivety, the child, the messenger. I want to take this journey. I'm releasing and I'm going to take this journey. I'm excited about this journey. Knight of Swords, legal matters possibly, or someone thinking to communicate about an ending, a culmination of a period of their time. It could be relative to money or family. We've got the Death card here, which is Scorpio. A change in the way someone wants to communicate. Legal matters coming to a closure, to an ending. This is an inheritance. These could be family feuds relative to inheritance as well, because of someone's passing, or even anything to do with a will. Yeah, so family feuds I get also. Possibly also siblings being at odds with each other. Let's see, remember, money is energy. So also possibly information coming in that will bring changes. Yeah, someone speaking about their hardships, their blockages, their inability to move. What does the Tower bring? We've got the Five of Swords. Yep. Someone having the gift of the gab, or someone finding an intelligent way to put an end to the animosity, to clear the air. There's the Queen of Pentacles, so we've got a Queen here. We've got a King of Fire and a Queen of Pentacles. She's the minor arcana of the Empress. She's the mother. Yes, there could be money matters, or Queen of Pentacles, obviously Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. If not, she's the one that holds the money, or she knows what she wants. She's the most experienced queen. Money could have also been the issue. She holds the Ace of Pentacles, which could be anything. Could be a new beginning. It could be promise for something long term. Fights relative to money or security. And then we've got the Lovers. And the Lovers is Gemini, remember. But it's a divine union. It's a blessed union. Queen of Pentacles, she would love, nurture, and provide for her offspring. And she will do anything. Above all, she will put her offspring more so than her love life, I would say. And we've got, and we're, after this full moon, we'll be coming up to a new moon in Cancer, which will be a very positive, very promising new moon in Cancer, as we will have, Sun, Moon, and Jupiter. Let's see, because this is like a head over heart decision. I don't believe this is a head over heart decision. This could be a choice in love relative to partnerships, agreements, so on and so forth. Let's look at the position of you with the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, two numbers of balance, 3 sixes, 666. A repetition of numbers. Sixes speak to balance. Maybe there have been imbalances, wrong choices, which someone is now paying for. Yeah, this is like an awareness, like I need to fix a situation here. But we go from the 5 to the 6 of Swords. This is divine source help. Let's look at the 7 of Wands. We've got the Empress here. Now, of course, we've got a King of Wands and an Emperor, and we've got a King of Pentacles and an Empress. They could be people that are going through a maturing process. We've got the Empress. The Empress is Libra or Taurus, and Venus is now in Taurus. So there's a sense of grounding something becoming much more secure. Maybe your person has been waiting on something. Remember, the Empress is a seed that's planted. The Empress is also someone that your person could be admiring if this is another side to you. Or this could be a very powerful, because these could be parents, the Emperor and the Empress. They could be parents that are wanting to love, nurture their child. I don't know if this is someone that is young. I mean, Queen of Pentacles could be the daughter of the Empress, right? Could be. And the King of Wands could be the son of the Emperor. But on another level, this is talking about abundance, manifestation through patience. Now, getting grounded. This is reality. This is real. Let's see, because this could speak to a seed that's been planted a while back, and now this is the actualization. Either that, or whatever's playing out now is promising that there will be a birthing process. This could be a business, this could be a project, or this could be real pregnancy. We've got 8 of Wands. I get a lot of magnetism, a lot of 7 and 8 of Wands. This is love. This is a huge promise here. Or that your person has had a lot on their plate. They could not move. They've been very patient. Maybe money matters, maybe an issue with parents, anything like that. Or anything that they've created. Now we've got the Wands. 8 of Wands does speak to flight, travel, love messages. These Wands are hitting the target. We've got the agreement here, the contract. And we had the High Priestess here, remember, which could be the other woman. So if you are dealing with someone that was in another relationship, if you're dealing with someone that has a family of their own, this could speak to change, because remember that also the wands and, well, the bridges and the two of wands here. So choices, changes, a changing of partnerships. There's the Ace of Cups and a potential for a brand new beginning. It could be with an old situation. It could be a secret love affair as well, because we've got the High Priestess here. Four of Swords, someone needing to go through healing. There's been heartbreak. Someone putting something to rest. What is the rest? Like, I need to believe, or that secrecy is being put to rest. Things are coming to light. Is that the case here? Nine of Wands, someone's gone through a lot here. Yes, maybe someone possibly has seriously lost a family member, someone, because the Four of Swords is someone lying on a coffin, on a tomb. But this is also the warrior that needs their time. They've gone to war. A war with forces that are unknown. A war, an internal war where they needed to understand that they're now connected. They now are awakened to what the truth is. And the warrior is exhausted here. There's the Ten of Wands, which says we're coming to the end of a heavy time. This turns into the Ace of Wands, which speaks to power, right? For some of you, this could still be a little bit heavy. We've got the 8, 9, and 10 of Wands. This is like wrapping up a situation. And we've got the King of Swords, another king. The war of information, the war of knowledge. This is Aquarius. This is Aquarius. This could be also advisement. We've got the Knight of Swords and then the King of Swords here. King of Swords could be someone that wears a uniform. I do see great similarities here again. And again, we're talking about fixed signs which are being challenged to make the changes in their life, to lift up their socks, to take the leading position, to speak their truth. This could also be a decision that someone is making and they're communicating that. There's the Wheel of Fate. Lots of truths coming through, lots of changes, endings, new beginnings. And we've got the Four of Wands, which is the 1111. Four of Wands could be a marriage, it could be a contract, could be a business. This is a housewarming, this is a celebration, this could be an ending to a commitment. Remember, Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage, is retrograding in Scorpio, which is talking about change. Decisions being made relative to contracts, agreements. Someone is pacing up and down, making the changes or forced to make the changes. Another Four of Pentacles in Cancer is the fourth natural house of where Jupiter has stepped into now. This is someone holding back on their family situation, on what's going on in their business life. This could be the miser, someone stashing money away for a better tomorrow. This could be someone having gone through a lot of financial loss because of big changes in business, in family, in a commitment. Yeah, a lot to do with work. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Why do we have the 7 of Pentacles? That was Agape, if you heard her. She's dreaming and making noises. Why do we have the 7 of Pentacles as the general energy? And we've got the 3 of Swords. So where we've been, there's been heartbreak. There's been disappointment. Someone may be having invested in a wrong situation. And we've got the Page of Cups, which could be an apology or an unexpected messenger that comes through. A message of, let's catch up. Let's meet up. This can be also a child, a heartbreak relative to a child, or a child having a heartbreak, because we've got the inner child here as well. I get parent-child very, very strongly. So let's read the Magician and the Mirror. Number 53, that could be a significant number for you. Could be an age, or it adds up. It could be a house number. It adds up to number 8. 8 is the infinity symbol. 8 is also the house of Scorpio, so it changes. Returning back to an old situation. Old situations, yes, will be coming through with Jupiter entering now Cancer. We're going back 12 years. Let's see. This card upright represents the combination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss, in brackets, the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. I'm going to stop at together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. And that takes me to the Seven of Wands. The outer world, what the outer world wants versus what we want out for our own inner world, our own personal journey. I feel that that's the clash right now. But remember what the magician says, it says that in his right hand is the vortex of water and the light of reflection, and in the left hand, the magician's left hand, is the flame of passion and action. Now, Mars is in the sign of Leo, which is passion, action, confidence, a risk-taking, and Venus is in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, so it speaks to the vortex of water, which is where Cancer and Jupiter are, and Mercury. That's the vortex of water in Cancer, right, which is the inner child, and the light of reflection. So I get that we've got the yin and the yang. The yin, of course, is Jupiter and Cancer, Venus. The two benefics are in water and earth. And the yang is Mars in Leo. So if there hasn't been change for you, change is ahead of us. If you've been stuck in certain situations. With Venus now entering Taurus, it's all about getting grounded. It's all about taking the practical, the baby steps, because Taurus is earth and Mars is preparing to also enter Virgo, which is also an earth sign. It's about getting grounded now. It's taking those baby steps, right? And building on a new future. Both Mars and Venus, remember, they connected through a fire sign. So what's come through is the passion, the action, the orientation for creation. So everything begins with a thought. Then, after the thought, the perception is the inspiration, the fire, the action, and then is the practical measures, the method as to move forward in whatever we're creating. And seeing Venus, which is the yin, and Mars, which is the yang, now moving into earth signs. Earth and water work well together, and Jupiter will expand, bring optimism from Cancer. Let's continue reading here. But also choices relative to karma and dharma. Remember, this full moon is squaring off to the nodes, the north and the south nodes. So the mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. I feel that whoever this is here, they will overcome, even if we're talking about someone that is under the thumb of their parents, of their heritage, their traditions, because we see that this Seven of Wands, in front of Seven of Wands, could be a mother figure, which is very powerful. I feel that your person will be overcoming with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands can go above and beyond, because this person wants this new beginning, whatever this is. This possibly also following self-love, because the Ace of Cups is loving thyself, and that's what Saturn and Neptune in Aries and also Chiron in Aries are talking about. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. So the silver reflection from the magician now reveals the future in a mist on the horizon. And the star card would be the horizon, the future horizon. So there's a reflection of the future in the mist. And the mist is like the dream. It's like the cloud, but it's on the horizon and it's ready to be magically formed. So when you receive the magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. And that's what we'll be doing for the next month and a half, as Mars will be transiting through Virgo. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. Wow. I got the goosebumps. I hope that helps, my dear friends. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. We may have more news of this promise, this seed, right? This creation, this investment, what we've invested ourselves in. Maybe there have been some disappointments in the past few months, but now the energies are shifting. They are changing greatly. And this new journey is opening up through a moment of crisis and powerful, very important decisions to resurrect one's life. Okay? And Archangel Michael has shown up in 3 cards here at least. So send your wishes out to Archangel Michael for this full moon in Sagittarius. Remember that from one full moon, the full moon culminates, completes, and then we've got the waning of that full moon as the moon will be losing its light, and as we'll be heading towards a dark moon, which will be the new moon in Cancer, which is where Jupiter has now ingressed. Okay, so look back to 6 months ago, what was going on early December. Something is culminating, is being shown to you. Remember that Jupiter is the greater benefic. Jupiter speaks to legalities. Jupiter speaks to truth, speaks to justice, speaks to expansion, growth, optimism, our beliefs. Be careful not to be too dogmatic and too optimistic about the future. Stay grounded. Don't lose hope. Keep the faith and see what the bigger picture will be, because Jupiter is the bigger picture. It's the expansion of our knowledge, and can be very important, this full moon in Sagittarius, relative to foreigners, foreign lands, immigration, long distance travel, long distance trips, right? Or people that are residing at far distant lands, but also expansion of our knowledge, seeing the bigger picture. What's our truth? What is natural law? You know, there's politics within the 9th natural house of Sagittarius. Try to be, as I said, grounded. Try to see the other person's perspective as well. Don't get stuck. Don't wear those blinders, because the negative side to Sagittarius would be those dogmatic beliefs. My way. It's only my way. It's not your way. I know everything. I've got the wisdom. You know nothing, so on and so forth. So we'll see what this full moon will bring, my dear friends. I'm wishing you well, and I'll be back tomorrow with the love reading. As I said, if you haven't commented with yes please on last week's Twin Flame Soulmate or Karmic Love reading, you've still got time, as I will be giving you your personal love messages in the next few hours. So you can, you've got time to comment beneath the video, and join us tomorrow on the love reading. Thank you, dear patrons. A special thank you to our patrons who keep this channel afloat. Thank you to those of you that are here on YouTube as well, that always comment, like, share these videos, and subscribe. A big thank you to our subscribers. If you're new here, please subscribe. Make sure that you're notified with a little bell, and that you're receiving all the notifications when we upload, because many of you are not. Okay. Love and light. Okay, look at that worry. Look at that worry about waiting. The limitations of Saturn not allowed. The law has not allowed us to move forward. We've needed to mature. We've needed to get grounded. We've needed to wait. A lot of conflict, a lot of depression, a lot of lower vibrational energies, which hopefully Jupiter will flip now. And even Uranus and Mars, they may be a challenging aspect. Do keep safe. Keep safe. If you're a fixed sign, you've got planets at the end of the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo and Aquarius. Do take care. Be safe. And this shall also pass. Much love, much light to all of you. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you for considering joining us on Patreon. Much love.